All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Still learning this StreamYard nonsense, so forgive me. Also, I know a lot of you guys know who this is. This is Northern Girl Hobbies. She has her own YouTube channel. I told you guys before about her. Her YouTube channel is way more relaxing, and I enjoy watching her videos because of the music in the background and obviously what she's saying. And it's a nice, how you say, meditation channel for preppers, if you will.
Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. Thanks.
Right, like the Bob Ross of prepping, right? It's relaxing, so I enjoy it. That being said, introduce yourself for those of the people that don't know you.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Jennifer, Northern Girl Hobbies, and I've only been on YouTube for like a year. And channel just had a massive blow up when I did the Ottawa stuff. So yeah, much appreciated to all my new people coming from that stuff that we did. And what do we do on the channel? We do fishing, we do hunting, we do foraging, we do gardening, we do canning, preserving, that sort of thing. And every once in a while, I'll do a little bit of the news stuff, which I try to stay away from, but it seems to be getting more traction than even my Sherp video that I just put out. You know, who gets to ever ride in a Sherp, let alone go fishing for 3 days in a Sherp?
Yeah, well, not this guy, apparently. Yeah, so guys, again, do me a favor for those of you that don't know who she is. I would almost, implore you guys to go to her channel and subscribe to it. You will not regret it. Again, it's a relaxing prepping channel, and I dig it. That on the other side of the coin too is that we're friends, so we talk a lot. So I got to know her. So she's a down to earth woman for the most part, and
again, I like that for the most. I like the for the most part.
For the most part, because you're also not. You come across as a woman not to be fucked with when you get angry, right? So again, you have your calm parts, but she has a do not fuck with me attitude when it comes down to it.
Yeah, so, especially where the freedom stuff comes into play.
Well, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah,
you're very. I guess you're all about the freedom, and not a lot of people are, and so. Again, seeing somebody like you on YouTube who's out there, putting it out there, you're one of very few channels willing to risk it. Teddy B, thank you for the donation. So
it's true. It's true. It really is true. I guess, yeah. I got lucky that a lot of my stuff didn't get taken down. So
yeah, well, I think all of us are crossing our fingers and listen. I mean, the whole free speech thing. It's disappearing. I mean, we're not as bad as other countries, but we're quickly approaching that.
Yeah.
With that, guys, today's topic is starvation in America. So, and we're also going to be talking about hanging out with old people and the value they bring to the prep, especially the prepper community.
Absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't, I would say the prepper community or old style living or homesteading, however you want to look at it, not just prepping. There's more to hanging out with old folks and learning a lot from them. So, which topic should we start with?
If you want to go with the food first.
Roger that. So, is that coffee you're drinking?
Tea.
Okay. I was like, holy shit, she's going after it.
I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Okay.
I'm more into tea. Yeah, I got away from coffee. Started drinking like herbal teas. I sell Tea Life here in Canada. And the dandelion tea actually it resembles coffee. So that's how I got off of drinking coffee.
I started with tea and I went the opposite direction. I'm still all about tea. I have like dandelion tea and all that kind of tea in I have damn near every kind of tea you can think of in my home, and almost every type of coffee in my home as well. So I'm all about, getting souped up on caffeine.
I can't, man. I can't. I'd have like a jammer, a heart attack, a panic attack.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Yeah, but coffee, as of right now, coffee doesn't have that how you say, that hold on me like other people. They're not a root substitute. Is a substitute for coffee. No, no shit.
Hi,
Okay.
Michelle.
I was using dandelion tea for cleansing, like body cleansing,
Hmm.
right? So I didn't know that it was a substitute for coffee.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
Someone says I drink Persian. 300 Warriors, so he drinks Persian black tea. That's good shit too. It's all good shit. It's but it also depends on when you drink it as well, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to drink Irish tea, for example, real Irish tea, 8 o'clock at night. You'll be up till 8 o'clock the next morning.
yeah, no doubt.
So, okay. With that with that being said, Billy B says the meat shortage is their way of transitioning us into meatless society. Yes, there is quite from the research that I think a lot of us have done.
Hmm.
We have seen the amount of shortages all the way around with everything right now. And then somebody just brought up there's a fire was a fire at the Azure. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think you're saying it right. Prepper Now just put out like a breaking news thing.
okay,
Yeah,
right. And you remember the video he did a couple days ago where he talked about this shit. Can't be a coincidence. And now here we are with another fire with a major distributor of organic food products, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
And yeah, now the red flags, well, no, the red flags have been up, or maybe the red flags are being hoisted up higher now because this is just way too coincidental that all of these places are having fires. Uh,
exactly. Yeah,
Lita Knows said she said Ford food producer warehouse fires in 10 days. Plot.
yeah. There's something nefarious up about that.
Yeah, rice and
Just
pasta.
doesn't happen.
So, Tatiana, thank you for bringing that up. Tatiana says pasta and rice are a little more scarce too. That depends on where you are. I know here in New York, pasta and rice is plentiful right now. There was a bit of a shortage about a year ago, but now it's always there. I am going out of my way this week to what is that? Not vacuum seal. Well, yeah, I guess vacuum seal a lot of my pastas now. So I'm stocking up on I'm stocking up on everything so that we can transition into a little bit more comfort when the hammer drops.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to be careful with those certain pasta noodles. They will puncture the
Vacuum.
bags when you're vacuum sealing.
I will
And
absolutely.
you can dry can them too, eh?
Can you?
Yeah, you can dry can.
Oh,
Also, what I do with mine is I just get like the cheaper 5-gallon food grade buckets
okay.
and load up the noodles in there and seal her up.
So
'Cause
now, with that being said, so annoying when bags get punctured. Vancity Prepper says,
it
so
is.
annoying.
It is annoying.
Yeah, I have experienced that a couple times. I just switched the bag out and start over again. Now, with that, how bad do you think this starvation in America and even in Canada, how bad do you think it's going to get?
I think it's going to be horrible worldwide. Like with like there's what I watched a video 12 days ago and the birds that were infected and being called was at 12 million.
Okay.
Now Gray put out a video today. They're at 28 million now for chicken and turkeys. And even some bald eagles are being impacted. So this is big.
Right, bald, and when I saw the bald eagle, I was like, that was a gigantic red flag for me. I was like, holy shit! So now that they're going after, you know what I haven't heard of? I haven't heard ducks yet. I'm not sure if I missed it, but I haven't heard ducks. And once it gets to that range, that means they've gone after all of the poultry we can possibly eat. Uh,
Geese, yeah, geese too.
right.
You haven't heard that yet.
No, I haven't heard that. I have heard of turkeys. I did hear that they're being infected as well. But I read somewhere, I can't remember where, turkeys are able to fight it a little better than chickens. Maybe because they're bigger bodies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but, but again, that's what I read. I could be wrong. Um, so with that, what are you doing? I mean, you sort of touched on it a little bit, but what are you doing to prepare for this? It seems like bad food shortage coming our way.
Well, we have a shit ton of rice, beans, and pasta stacked, mostly rice more so, right? And we hunt and we fish. So I'm trying to eliminate the amount of food that I have in the freezer because we have 3 freezers and then we have the fridge freezer up here. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
lot of food. We have a lot of food. So we've been stockpiling for 2 years, like on the freezer stuff. So like I pressure can, trying to get the stuff out of the freezer. We smoked our fish. We make jerky too. And I have another batch of stuff going into the pressure canner tonight from my shopping that I just did today because I wanted to see coming onto your show what our shelves and stuff look like at the grocery store.
Okay.
So yeah, just doing the stuff every day. And we have chickens here. So we have eggs.
All right. Very good. So now, with that, I mean, the shelves that by you, they're fairly full. No.
Yeah, they're pretty much full.
Okay.
So I do have a video that I'm going to put out probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I
All
brought the
right.
phone in with me and recorded everything so people can check out the grocery store.
No shit. Some gypsy soul said avian flu found in Indiana duck farm. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. So there goes the nail. There goes the nail in the coffin for meat now. Okay, it starts infecting ducks. It's a bad deal. I heard China's buying up all the grain, soy, corn, wheat, you name it.
Mhm.
Yes. So stay high for life. Thank you for bringing that up. The Chinese are buying the soy, corn, and wheat from everywhere. So it's not just here in the States, it's all over the world. They are planning something or they know something. They've been working that angle for a couple years, but they've been buying way more now than they did, let's say, a year or two ago. So there's a giant red flag behind that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have my theories on what it is, but unfortunately, I'm going to keep that close to the vest until that actually pops up.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning. We have friends here too that have a beef farm. And so every year I order beef from her. I'm going to try to stop going to the grocery store. We're trying to be as self-sufficient as we can be. So with the gardening and all of our hunting and stuff and fishing that we're going to be doing.
Well, yeah, that's why I was looking at land recently. Started to
Mm-hmm.
shift gears a little bit because I'm like, we want to be self-sufficient. Though the truth of the matter is, even if I bought land in a couple months, I don't think I'd be completely self-sufficient uh, before this hammer drops. I don't think so. Absolutely, I would
Yeah.
balls to the walls. I'd spend every last dime I could to be as self-sufficient as possible. But that being said, it seems like it's going to be an uphill battle. So
But you'd be starting somewhere. Like we've been looking for more land too because we're sitting on a really small property here. And so like we have our illegal chickens, so that the coop that takes up like a good portion of the backyard, and
okay,
then the 2 sheds and then the gardens and stuff. Like I put an offer in on 5 acres a number of months ago before I went to Ottawa, and that deal fell through. So back to square one, but properties are getting scooped up here, man, like rapid. And they're not even asking, the real estate agents aren't even asking for bidding wars. It's crazy. It's like the real estate agent already has like a set person that they're going to sell the property to.
and thank you
Ah,
for saying that because just as you said, the property being scooped up, I'm like corporations are probably buying them up so that people have less land to live on and homestead or be self-sufficient. I think that this is I mean, listen, we all know this is a plan. We all know this is part of the plan. But it's interesting when the plan is out in the open and no one listens. You're like, look the fuck they're doing. And people are like, but they all do that. No, corporations don't buy land or like Bill Gates is buying land or China's buying land here in the United States the way uh, other people buy land. And then to boot, they just sit on it. They're just like, all right, we got this land. Now what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And what gets me is, okay, like I'm in like a little tiny town. We're surrounded by lakes, forests, and then you have the Mennonites that are further down the back road, right? They're doing this stuff on their property. And then you have all these other people with massive amounts of property that aren't doing fuck all. And I'm like, holy crap, that whole thing could be garden. It's just incredible.
And yeah, you're right about that. The amount of land that people are buying, or rather, what you can do with the land, is
Yeah. It's
it's
just
funny
sitting
because
there.
I look at land and I'm like, holy shit, I could garden there, I could have livestock over here, and this is me from the city who's looking at shit like this and saying that not for sale. So 300 Warrior says I got 70 acres not for sale. Very good.
Yeah.
And then Vision Preparedness said last October, uh, he or she bought 5 acres and had no bids. He was floored or she was floored. I still don't know what the Vision Preparedness is. Not that it matters. But forgive me if you are either or. People are lazy, and if they don't farm, they won't. Yes, Sheena Garden, exactly. People are lazy, right? Again, Northern Girl, even on her small property. Which, listen, I don't give a shit how small your property is. You have property. It's
Yes.
not like us here in the city. It's an apartment, you know. And
Yeah.
yes, I could do some apartment gardening. But how much food is that going to yield versus an actual garden in my backyard? Apartment gardening is great for one or two people. It's not great for a family of 4 or 5.
No. I completely agree. But it's also a good way for you to practice, right? Small container gardening. That way, when you do get your property, then you're going to have your foot kind of in there, right?
Sure.
Catskill.
Yeah, Catskill, thank you for the donation. And Catskill puts up my husband and I buy land at the land auction in Hudson Valley. Now it's impossible. The Chinese are buying all the land at the auction in Hudson Valley, New York. We were at the auction today, and then there was another part to it. I guess it got cut off.
Yeah.
Again, why are they buying up all this land? Now, there's two theories. The two theories is they're buying this land to starve us out, which is I think is not that accurate. And then the other one is to infect us from within, meaning you start by buying land in the middle of your enemy's territory or country, or taking over that land in the middle of your enemy's territory, and you start expanding from there, like an infection, right? Where does the infection normally start? Goes into the nose, mouth, or whatever, starts inside the body and starts branching its way out. There's a community of people here in New York City that do that religiously, and so the Chinese are doing it as well. So it's how they're taking over. The problem is, I think we have to pool our money together and outbid them, though it's almost impossible when the Chinese government is funding these small corporations and letting them, buy the land. Now, again, guys, a lot of this shit is I wouldn't say theory. I guess you can call it theory. Yeah, a lot of it is theory. A lot of it's not proven yet, but we have this idea or this bad feeling that this is what they're doing. Hava Alexander, thank you for the donation, and thank you for joining me tonight. I haven't seen you in a while.
Awesome, Hava. I haven't seen her either. She must be busy.
Yeah, she must be busy getting ready for the fucking hammer that's going to drop. Yeah, listen, it's illegal to buy land in China. We shouldn't allow them to buy land here. Exactly, Dragon Slayer. Exactly. He had that comment. Fuck, whatever. And then Pinball said pretty much the same thing. We shouldn't be allowing foreign ownership of land at all. Exactly.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
This whole world's gone crazy.
Well, shit, that's an understatement. I mean, this fucking yeah. Listen, for all the shit that's going on, it's trying to stay focused and trying not to sound like a complete conspiracy theorist is fucking hard now because
Oh,
shit's happening. I'm like, look, I said this was gonna happen. My
exactly.
like my wife, God bless her little heart. Uh, they have a new. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can read this without getting a strike, but whatever. Um, let's see what happens, man. Oh, okay. So a new version of Omicron is gaining foothold in the U.S. The CDC finds. Now, of course, they're going to find something else
Yeah.
to put us right back in that fucking box we just got out of
Yep.
a couple months ago, right?
Yep. Oh,
So,
it's going to be back full force. You know it.
oh, look at this. The new strain is called BA2121. Are you fucking kidding me? Who named whatever? It's not the point. Doesn't matter what they name it. It 21. It's stupid. But okay, count to fucking 10 because this is stupid. It's bullshit. It's enough already. It's like watching the flu or the common cold break up into these different variants and then naming every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's version XYZ SE. That's XYZ PA. Like, are we gonna sit here and do this shit for every variant that comes out? Yes, they are. They are. Sorry, because they want total control over what's going on. Um, and
Yeah.
that's the part about not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. Is every time this shit comes up, so the wife sends me this, and I go, they're looking to lock us down again. She's like, well, they're not going to lock us down again because we as a country can't afford it. I go, what? I said, are you kidding me? Do you? So apparently she doesn't listen to me. I thought she was listening to me, but she doesn't listen to me. She's it's
Oh.
in one ear and out the other.
Oh, geez. What did you say the code was? D.
BA 2121.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a fucking code for something.
Yeah, it's got to be. Somebody just mentioned numerology. 2121. There's a comment up there.
Yeah, 121. There might be something to this. That was Tim Spawn. He said there might be something to this. I'm trying to
Yeah.
keep up with this chat, guys. I apologize. Bobo said, "Is that code for I don't know, clipping out nutsack? I don't know." Legacy Patriot, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, guys, it's always something, and with the starvation thing in the mix, with the lack of food, with the land being bought up, they're buying land at an alarming rate. It would have been one thing if we would have been like, all right, we got 30 years to make this shit happen. No, we got less time than that, according to the way they're buying land. And listen, they're regular people trying to buy land as well. But some of these people who are buying land, they don't know what the fuck to do with their land either. They're just buying this land in hopes somebody buys it from them to make more money. So
Yeah. And that they're just ramping up the agendas. So, yeah, like we know more bullshit's coming down the pipe hole and it ain't going to be fun.
no, not alert. Not sorry. I said not alert because Prepper's red alert came over the screen and I fucking read it out loud. Sorry. But yeah, listen, it's a shit show for sure. This starvation thing though, so the other day we went to a restaurant in the city, and we went to this place called the Summit. So the Summit's this building downtown. It's super tall. It gives you a nice skyline view of the city. It actually you can see the city, the entire city from that point all the way to the Trade Center from there, and it's nice. So we're up there with fucking around, taking pictures and shit, and then the technology to get into this place, guys, is insane. They have that new X-ray, if you will, but it's not X-ray. So what it does is it scans the body and it makes sure it doesn't have any foreign objects on that body, and make sure you're not carrying a gun or a bomb or something like that. So anyway, we leave the Summit, we go downstairs, we're going past the restaurant, and we get to the restaurant, we go inside, and this restaurant's fucking super expensive. But I remember thinking to myself when I was sitting there, I'm like, though we should be like taking this, I don't know what it was, $400, for the it was like a early dinner. For the early dinner, we should be putting that money away, or not putting it away, taking that $400 and buying more food. But I'm like,
Yes. Yeah.
Right, right. But you only live once. And
Yes.
though we know the hammer's going to drop, I'm like, why not, spend some money and live a little good before that shoe drops? Because when that shoe drops again, there'll be no more, $400 dinners and shit like that, and the crazy shit is we actually ate there because walking in, and my wife got super offended. Walking in, this white lady came out and she goes, "It's super expensive in there." And I go, "Oh no, really?" She goes, "Yeah." And I knew what type of place this restaurant was. I walked by this restaurant for years saying one day I'm going to eat in there because it was that expensive. And I
Yeah.
heard the food was really good. So anyway, the lady walks out. She goes, "Really excited." I said, "So what should we do? Should we eat at McDonald's?" So I was being a sarcastic prick, but I realized that she was just saying it's expensive because she's old, and a $25 dinner to an old person's expensive. So whatever. My wife got offended because she thought she meant, oh, because you're black you can't afford it. Maybe she
Yeah.
meant that way. Maybe that's what she meant. I don't know. I took it the other way.
Well,
But so then my wife's like, "Fuck that, we're eating here." I was like, "Okay." So we go inside and look at the menu, and I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, "You sure?" She goes, "Yeah, fuck them, fuck that." I was like, "Okay." She was she got so mad. I never seen somebody get mad to that point. It was like, "We're fucking eating and we're spending what we're spending." I was like, "Okay." So listen, the fucking food was astronomically good. Never had
Awesome.
anything like it. But after we left, she's right. You only live once, and then and even if the bottom drops out in society, we got to experience those things before. So with that, now I'm spending probably about $400-500 this week on canned goods, uh,
Hmm.
not vacuum sealing. What is that? Yeah, I guess vacuum sealing food, airtight and shit. Trying to get buckets and see where I could store them. But we're going fucking bananas for the next few months
Yeah.
to make sure that I have up to 5 years worth of shit. Because right
Yeah.
now I only have 2 years and a little bit. I need to get to 5 years, and then if we run out of food after 5 years, well, I don't know what the fuck's next.
Well, especially with you guys have like a lot of children too, so
Yeah, well,
right?
they're going to be looking like Ethiopians because I'm only going to give them like one biscuit a day. Here you go, and then they go to your side of corn. Get
Well,
out of here.
that's funny. That's funny you say that because I'm giving Alex shit constantly for feeding the pets way too much food and
Uh,
snacks. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, there you go. Um, yeah, but I guess. I mean, listen, like I said, now we can still afford certain things right now. We can still afford to live a certain way. I know a lot of people on here like sitting here thinking, what could I have done with $400 with $400? I'm like, yeah, there's a lot I could have done with $400. But guess what, guys? And this is all right. So I'm gonna give a little context to the reason why I spend money on certain things that maybe we shouldn't spend on, even being a prepper. As a fireman, nope. Let's go back further. When I was running from the towers during the trade center,
Hmm.
and the buildings are collapsing, I remember thinking to myself when I was running, all the shit I never done. Keep in mind, I was like 23, 24 at the time, right?
Yeah.
24 at the time. It was 20 years ago. 23,
Wow.
sorry. And yes, no, I'm sorry, I was 24. And I remember when it was happening, I remember all the shit I never done. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm never going to let something get away from me that I could done, no matter how much money it cost. And that's why that's the motto I live by now for the most part. Though,
Yeah.
yes, you
That's
know,
good. That's good. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You only live once, that's for sure. And you never know if the next day is going to come, right?
exactly.
I'm happy that I traveled when I did. I traveled to many different countries, like in the Caribbean. And I actually got my mom to come with me one time to Cuba. And I'm glad that we did that mother-daughter trip together because now my mom, she's in her very last days.
Well, sorry
So
to hear that.
it's a memory that I will have forever with my mom.
Yeah, definitely. And it's again, that's another reason, right? So now when something happens to your mother, you'll go back in those memories and be like, at least we did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I don't think we should completely marry ourselves to this to this whole, what everything's going on, we shouldn't be like, oh, you know what, I could do something else with that money. Yeah, there's a lot I could do with there's a lot we could do with our money, but we got to enjoy it a little bit, because when that wheel falls off or that hammer drops, we're going to be glad we did a lot of that shit before, whatever happens.
Yeah.
With that, man, I have to ask you, what was your turning point into prepping? When did you turn around and go, holy shit, we got to get this done?
When I started hanging around with all you crazy tinfoil hat wearing people. No,
Okay.
My cousin had actually sent me an article, and I can't say it on here. It has to do with a elite party substance. Okay.
Okay.
Starts with an A, and they extract it out of tortured
Babies.
children.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then I went down all these rabbit holes, and then I'm like, yeah. And then I think I found North Shore Preparedness, found you on here, and Prepper Now at first. And I think Pinball and Alaska Prepper were the first channels I started watching. And yeah, and then I started doing the stuff, and yeah, full force.
I like that. I like that answer, because you're the first person that I've interviewed I spoke to, who that's the reason why they started prepping, because of YouTube. Most people, like, I read a book or something happened. You said YouTube. That's really good. That holds a lot of weight for a lot of the YouTube community. So again, thank you.
Yeah, and well, thank you. Thank the community. And even before that, like, I traveled to Cuba once, and I got stranded, and I had to sleep on the beach and trying to find food. And then I had cut my toe. And so, I had my little first aid kit, but all of that stuff. So after that, it's like, okay, I need more gear. I need more preparedness items for when I'm traveling. Like, now when we go on our fishing trips, we are loaded to the nines with all of our preparedness items. Like, because we got stranded up way, way, way up there, up north. The one time, I have a video about this. We lost a tire. And yeah, and that tire was gone. And then we went to put the spare on, and so we had no lug nuts. Okay. And we were missing like a couple of the bolts for the spare tire to even go on, and then it was flat. Now what do you do?
Oh shit.
And you're 3.5 hours up the road. So yeah, you got to be prepared, especially when you're doing stuff out in the wilderness far away from home.
Jesus, you just gave me a good idea. Thank you. That's yeah. I mean, that's the last thing I would think that would happen. Your fucking tire shooting off and the lug nuts going with it. You're like, fuck, in the middle of nowhere. But
yeah, and it was hot that day. Holy crap. And we were down to like one bottle of water left.
really?
And yeah, and my brother had court the next day. It was a good video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good. So Corey Lynn is asking, how do you store 5 years worth of food? You make it happen. I mean, I'm sorry to be so straightforward, man. You make it happen. I guess you systematically put everything where it needs to go, like beans and rice in one bin and canned goods over here, and then you make it happen. Then over time, you start calculating how much you're going to eat and how much each person's going to eat. Like during this, I think I'm only going to eat either once or at most twice a day. I'm not eating 3 square meals, but I am gathering food as if we're eating 3 times a day, but I'm not, and the wife won't.
Yeah.
So the kids will, but that'll save us more food. So if I have, let's say, 5 years worth of food, but we don't eat 1 meal each day or 2 meals each day, we can extend that 5 years a little longer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, put up, I just saw the comment. Oh, where'd it go? No sheeple. Put up the code for the BA 211 or 2121. No sheeple.
I'm looking. It's great. Northern Girl is modding when she's being interviewed. Very good. You know what? I can't find it. Wish I would
It's
gave you
no, sheeple has an orange picture.
orange picture. Orange picture. Wait, they want me to put the code up for it?
It's well, the
The shop
code.
by yeah.
So they decoded it, and
Oh,
it's
they decode.
666.
Ah, that's interesting. All right. So, real quick, Deuce says if you're prepared and have a plan, there's no need to live in fear. Absolutely. Sorry, no
Yeah.
sheeple for missing that. I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna look for it. See if there's a timestamp on it. And there's a question. And Matt Max is asking this question. So, Northern Girl, you can answer this. What is going to happen to restaurants? I work as a meat cutter at one. That is 1 or 2 meals covered for me. Will it change? Not sure what that means.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little lost at that one. What is going to happen to restaurants? I work as a meat cutter at one. That is 1 or 2 meals covered for me. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mad Max. Clarify, because I think I know what you're saying, but I don't want to sound like a complete asshole. And we're both at a loss. So if you can clarify that a little bit, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, like if you're a meat cutter, that's cool.
Yeah, really, that is cool. That's a valuable skill.
That's a skill in itself right there. Restaurants here. Okay, so we have a place here that we go and we can get free food every week. Like these people get transport loads of free food, and it's crazy for the community. It's crazy awesome, right? And so what I do is we go there and then we distribute some of the free food to our neighbors and our friends and our relatives, and it's just incredible. But a lot of it is coming from airlines, and a lot of it is coming from restaurants that aren't open, right? Because excess amount.
Purple City Prepping, thank you for that. Appreciate it. He or she gave me the code, the time code, and I found no sheeples thing. So thank you. Start planning for 12 months, then 52 weeks, then move to 350 day times 5. Duckman, yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Duckmania said, I started planning for 12 months, then 52 weeks, then moved to 352 days times 5. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 5. Wow.
And if you really, really want to break it down, and if you want to have an inventory system, Prepper Nerd has a wicked inventory system that you can use. And I believe that Alaska Prepper has a discount on his channel for that particular app or system that you can do on your computer.
I was wondering what was up with that. I haven't heard much about it or anybody talking about it ever since everybody was talking about it a year ago.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything of it.
Yeah.
Cleaner 100. Where are you going to get 5 years of water from? The sky. How about that as an answer? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Hopefully I'm not in the city by then, and I'll get water from hopefully a well or something. But I'm pretty sure, Northern Girl, where would you get your water from?
Okay, we're on a well. I also went and purchased all of the stuff for a hand pump well in case we don't have power. So all we have to do is put in our line and we're good for that. And we also have a place up the road this way, and then one further out, about a half hour away, that we can go and collect spring water.
Okay.
And then we have our water buckets outside too that we can use. But my friend Gord, okay, so now we can segue into our hanging out with old people and learning stuff.
Okay.
So my friend Gordo, he has like a little homestead not too far from here, and he's strictly on collects rainwater. He does not have running water.
Nice.
In his home.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, guys. Thank you for segueing into hanging with old folks. But there are old people out there, like my buddy Old Mutt, who lives upstate New York. This guy has some of you seen the videos where we were hiding certain supplies on his land. Thank God we can remember where it is. But he actually he's hit so much on his land, he's forgot where some of it is.
Old Mutt, he's in the chat too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in chat. Yeah. You can't forget where the stuff is.
Yeah, but that's how. Listen, I get it. You hide. There's, like you. It's happened to all of us. We put something in our home, and then like a year or two later, we're like, "That's where the fuck it disappeared to," So yeah, hanging out with old people, man. They know. It's not so much that they're old; it's their life skills that brought them to this point, and especially with like old Mutt, who's been prepping forever.
Yeah.
Your buddy, right, who's been homesteading forever, they got a lot to offer. I mean, I wish these guys would start their own channels because they could teach so much,
Yeah, Gordy won't do that. Like, so I have videos that I still have to upload from Gord, and then we plan to do like a water witching party. We're gonna go look for water, so we're gonna get a whole bunch of us together and go to Gord's property one day. All of us like-minded people, and there's gonna be some old people, and there's gonna be some young ones too. So yeah,
I like hanging with old people. They're fun.
And you know who else you have in chat too?
Pinball.
Yeah, Johnny Highwoods is in chat.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I text a lot with Johnny Highwoods.
Okay.
Or is it Johnny Highwoods or Johnny Highlands?
I thought it was Highwoods, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Highwoods.
Okay.
I just call him Farmer John.
Is 64 old? Aztec Gold. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, no, you're just seasoned. And
or old.
Stuff.
Listen, if you're a year older than me, you're old. That's how I operate. So if somebody's like 45, they're old.
Oh, I'm 42.
Yeah, I'm 44, so I'm old.
You're old.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a stupid game I play with a lot of people. Like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 44, and I go, they're like, well, how old are you? They go, oh, I'm 49 or 50. I'm like, man, you're old. And then they look at me like, you fucking crazy? You're only 5 years younger than me or whatever it is. So yeah, it's always fun to break people's balls about being old. People hate it, man. Purposeful Prepper said he's 49 and feels old. Yeah, well, it sucks, man. Anything after 40, man, you're like, you get out of bed and you're like, what the fuck just happened,
Seriously, hitting 40 sucked, man.
Yeah.
Alex is turning 40 in May.
No shit.
And, yeah.
Is his knees clicking yet? Because it's sort of like when you hit 40, your knees start clicking, your elbows are starting to pop. You're like, what the fuck's going on, You lay in bed, you do a workout, you lay down, you're fucking destroyed when you get up. Like, it sucks, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 39, not that old. Some Sarita says 44 and feel 24. 57, 44, 66. Depends on your body. Yes, Sherry Leach. Absolutely depends on your body. But even though I work out and I try to stay as limber as possible, because now I do stretch like fucking Richard Simmons. I still feel it every now and again. 64, hitting 25 sucked.
I am Johnny. Johnny's calling me a cradle robber.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Nice one. I just turned 30. 50 sucks more. Very good. This is awesome. It's awesome. So, I mean, where are we? Okay, we got a couple minutes.
Yeah. So we just had some friends move from down south. They had a home in London, and I told them back last summer, this is the one, Canadian Off-Grid. I went and did the video of the cranberry harvesting with him because he's on the big water on that one particular property. They have 2 off-grid properties here. So I had said to them last year, I'm like, you guys should sell your place in London and move this way to your off-grid properties. Well, they finally did it. So this is going to be cool. There's going to be cool videos this summer coming out because those 2, they're doing the stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, you got to.
And get this, they sold that house. They got over $200,000 over the asking price.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh, I need to find land and I need to sell this house. because I'll be making the money. And Alex is a builder. He's a carpenter. So
shit. That, I mean, 200,000, huh?
Over the asking price. Yeah.
Will Parker, thank you for the donation. And Katie or Kathy, sorry, Kathy Abasito, happy birthday. She turned 52 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And somebody just, Crazy Joe, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. Food shortage is going to be more dangerous than fires in a nursing home. Than a fire, yeah. Crazy Joe says, this food shortage is going to be more dangerous than a fire in a nursing home. Yeah, man, without a doubt. Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Yep. Do what you can now, folks. Link up with your Mennonite people or Amish if you have them near you. And go to even bulk food stores and buy what you can. Like we bought big, huge bags of powdered milk, like huge, giant ones. And these would be like I'm not talking about Costco. I'm talking about like where restaurants would go and shop for stuff, like massive amounts of stuff, right? Great places to go. And if you're prepping on a budget, like there's ways to do it affordably too, you know? You don't have to go extravagant like with Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers, and I hate those fucking things anyways. I really do. Unless they're like independently packaged, I hate those things.
I hear you. And it's funny because there's a place by us called Home. Nope, sorry, wrong. Restaurant Depot, and they sell restaurant style, bags of rice, flour, sugar, and I'm like, I have a business, so I'm thinking about Thank You Vision Preparedness. He or she said Restaurant Depot. Yeah, that's the place to go. Now all you need is a business or an LLC like certificate or something, and you could walk in there and they'll hook you up. They'll hook you up with a membership, and then you could just do all the shopping. And as of right now, I would suggest people do that. If you do it once a month, buy a bag of rice, a big bag of rice, a big bag of sugar, whatever it is you need, and put it away into smaller containers. That's going to eat up your day or 2 or 3, but it'll be worth it in the long run. I suggest people start doing that now. My problem is I have to buy more freeze-dried goods because meats, for example, we can't store meats like you. You got 3 freezers. I have 1. That's the one that comes with the fridge.
Yeah. And you don't have a freeze drying machine, do you?
Nope, don't have the room for it. Looked into it, and somebody's like, "Oh, they have smaller ones." I don't have room, And if I get one, my wife is absolutely going to clip my nuts. So I have to wait till we move to get one, and I hope by the time we move, it doesn't, it doesn't get out of control.
Well, you're hoping that you can still be able to get one, right? So yeah, like I was talking with Gord the other day about getting a freeze drying machine.
Okay.
Like even if we were to split on one, like he's only 20 minutes up the road because they're expensive. But like for the way that I look at it is it would be cheaper in the long run. I wouldn't have to be running these freezers and get the food out. And it's a heck of a lot faster than pressure canning.
Yeah.
And pressure canning is also expensive because you're using all that hydro and the jars and the cost for the lids. And what happens if eventually we can't get the lids no more?
Right.
And then the longevity of your freeze dried as opposed to your pressure canned or canned stuff, like you're looking at 25, 30 years for your freeze dried. So I don't know. I have 12 numbered 10 cans downstairs of freeze dried stuff. Like that would have been a good freaking, down payment onto a freeze dryer.
Yeah. But how much is a freeze dryer anyway?
It's like $5,000 here in Canada, $6,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely get one. I might. You know what? You gave me a good idea. I'm going to look into buying one, and then I can hold a workshop with it. I just got to find a place to hold a workshop with it.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Thank you for that idea.
Holy shit. Yeah, holy crap. You know what? I would feel so much better not having all that food in the freezer.
Yeah, big time. Exactly, right?
Like we do have 2 generators, but they're both gas powered.
Right.
But I mean, like, what am I going to be freaking going crazy trying to pressure can all of this meat and stuff? Like, if power goes out?
Right.
Holy crap.
Yes, that's a good point too. And yes, canning does take up a lot of time. But unfortunately for me, that's what I'm stuck with. So like in the next couple weeks, I'm slicing up a lot of like chicken and shit, or going to that restaurant depot, buying that giant, what you call it, for cheap, cutting up chicken,
Yeah.
throwing it in a jar, and canning it, because that's, until I can get a freeze dryer, that's what I'm stuck with doing
Yeah.
for now. But hopefully you can get one, man. Hopefully that would be great. If I get one, I have to put it in the storage unit, right? So I couldn't put it in
Yeah.
the house. And if I do the workshop, I have to put it, so I have to take it somewhere that will allow me to use this thing, because it's super loud, no? From what I keep hearing about these things.
I don't know. Like, I watched a ton of videos and I didn't notice anything being loud
Okay.
because I was on a binge watch, I think it was a couple weeks ago. And I do have a dehydrator too. Like, that thing is pretty well constantly running.
Yeah, I have one too. I haven't used mine in about 5 years, but it still works. I should get to it actually. I should start dehydrating fruits and stuff. Now,
Yeah.
is there a way? I'm asking you this. Is there a way to better preserve my dehydrated like fruits, if you will? Like after I'm done with it, what should I do with it? Put it in a jar or vacuum seal it in a bag?
I put mine into jars.
Use oxygen absorbers, or you just put it in a jar and leave it?
Yeah, and you can get the attachment for your vacuum sealer that will suck the air out of your jars too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeannie said freeze dryers are not loud. Where the fuck did she go? There she is. Oh, she says freeze dry. My freeze dryer is not loud. So okay, all right. I could be wrong. I remember someone talking about them. They're like they're super big and they're really loud. This was a couple years ago. Do you dehydrate eggs? John Graves, can I dehydrate eggs? I didn't. I get.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I when I dehydrated stuff, it was just fruits. It was apples, bananas. I didn't know I could do it with eggs.
Yeah.
Also, guys, just a mention for those that are watching. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival said, "Smash the like button, please do. If you want to help, or hit the thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Whatever it is, just hit something."
Hey,
Also,
Hudson.
this weekend, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival and myself are running a bug out bag weekend. This weekend's going to be real shitty, so it's definitely going to be testing a lot of people and their patience. That's for sure.
Awesome.
I'm going to get a
Awesome.
kick out of it because I'm 1,000% sure people are not going to be happy with the weather. Uh, you know, Whatever. Hudson Valley and myself have done it in numerous uh, weather, right? Whether it was snow, freezing, blizzards. I haven't done a real blizzard yet, but I've done a snowstorm, tropical storm, right? So we've done it all in a lot of temperatures as well. So we're definitely going to get a kick out of this weekend with people, not enjoying themselves. But if you're looking to test yourself this weekend, please contact me at angryprepper@gmail.com, and I'll give you the information for the bug out weekend.
J Ray, can you dehydrate chicken? Yeah, you can. You can. You got to make sure it's super dry, and then yeah. But
And then, and
well,
then
and you can smoke it too. Like you can make jerky, chicken jerky.
and I don't have a facility for that. Yes, you can
Yeah.
dehydrate cooked chicken. Okay, Randy says yes, you can dehydrate cooked chicken. Doesn't it turn in, like you said, doesn't it turn into jerky though when you dehydrate it?
Yeah, it essentially does. I've done
Okay.
jerky in my dehydrator too, instead of
All
the
right.
smoker. Yeah.
Someone says Alaska Prepper just did a video on pressure canning. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
Very good.
watched his this morning and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to the grocery store, see what kind of meat deals I can get.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You were telling me about it. You said you did a video, right? You'll be releasing that video when?
Yeah, tomorrow. And
Okay.
then guess what? Okay, so every time we go to town too, or maybe I should save this. I should save this information. But
for
every time we go to town too, we take the back road on the way home.
okay.
And so we collect cans because you can return cans for cash.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's going to be like a short video that I'm going to put up about that because you're going to see what we scored. And this was a huge score today on our way back.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's in the video.
It's going to, I might stick it in with that video or I might just keep it as a separate short video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can junk food be vacuum sealed? Nice job, Mike. Nobody wants to vacuum seal junk food, but I'm pretty sure it possibly could. I don't know. I've never even known.
I have chocolate vacuum sealed.
Okay. Wait. Oh shit. Thank you for reminding me. I have chocolate too. Vacuum sealed in a bin in the closet that I haven't looked at or seen in 5 years.
Okay, you better check your preps.
Okay, shitballs. No, it's out of the reach of mice and things like that. That's for sure. But yeah, maybe I should take a look at it. There's a lot that listen, like my MREs, I check them every month. You know, they're under the bed, they're in a container, but I'm like, just because we have mice or we had mice in the apartment, I check it all the time now.
Yeah, you have to. And somebody said they want to see my puppy.
What when you just got a puppy?
Yes, we have a girlfriend for Stitch Berry. We do. Where are you? Scarlett. See if we can get her in here. She's adorable.
Someone says chocolate lasts a year. Even if you vacuum seal it?
I don't eat it, so Alex can open it in here and see if it's still good.
All right, guys. So we are closing in on the hour. Does anybody have any questions for Northern Girl Hobbies? Please do so now. When you ask the question, ask it in large caps. Purple mice. No, sorry, that wasn't a question. But other than that, guys, do me a favor. Head over to God, what the fuck? Head over to Northern Girl Hobbies YouTube channel and subscribe to it. I'm pretty sure you guys like what you heard. Again, her channel is my detox channel. It's when I want to fucking relax and I listen to the music and the music she has playing in the background, or what you call it. Super Chat is asking, are you single? No, Super Chat. She mentioned the boyfriend like 8 times. And Explorer asks, Jason, no. Why would you ask that? I'm already married. And my coffee is vacuum sealed. Yeah, I got to start doing that. I have a problem with coffee. Okay, here it is. There is a question. Why did U.S. patent EMP technology again in 2019?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I have an idea why they did it. But interestingly enough, we are definitely having a problem with the sun. A lot of people are not paying attention to what the sun is doing. And the sun is, in a couple of scientists' words, being erratic. That's not a good fucking a term to use or a word to use when it comes to the sun. And again, people like it's a distraction. Can't be a distraction if no one is actually talking about it. But I've been following this shit with the sun, and I'm not liking what I'm hearing. So there is that to contend with as well.
Yeah, I saw a couple more questions pop up there too.
Where? Go. Camping when you can cross the border, NorthernGirlHobbies. Yeah, do you go camping, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Like roughing it or glamping?
Like in a tent.
Okay, very good.
In a tent, roughing it. Like when we went up that road when we lost the tire, we were gone for 3 days. We're tenting it on an island. Yeah. I did buy a tent trailer this last year. We never got to use it, so we might use it once, and I might sell it because I can get like 5,000 to 6,000 for this thing.
Really?
So that would be money put onto this new freaking truck that we got. That's another whole story.
There goes a question for you.
How do you know? Well, that can go back to the Prepper Nerd inventory system. You can check that out if you want to be keeping track of your inventory. Like, I know here we have enough food for the two of us for like 2-3 years.
Very good.
But we have pets, so if we run out of pet food, then we're gonna have to substitute some of our stuff for the pet food, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
For the pet food. Wow. All right. Yeah, we are putting pet food away. We've been storing it away for the dog. Hopefully, because the shit he's eating now is that natural shit, that's made out of actual meat and vegetables and stuff. But we're putting away a ton of dried food for him as well.
Yeah.
How can you test for botulism? Colleen Geese is asking. Jesus, let me find that question. That's a good question.
That is a good question because I don't know.
Yes, same here. I know that a bulging can, rust on the outside, and or a leaky can will be evident of botulism. But you can't smell it if I'm not mistaken, and you definitely can't taste it, but you'll get sick after you eat it. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you definitely want to be making sure that you're doing your canning the proper way.
Pepper 101 says smell and can swelling. Right. So the can swelling is definitely a bulging can. Thank you, Killing It. That's the telltale sign. There was also something else with like rust or some kind of what you call it on the can. But I could be use the mother-in-law to test. Nice one, Bobo. He says use the mother-in-law to test botulism.
Yeah, that's 101 saying that.
Bobo. That's his name. I actually never seen him before till today. Meanwhile, he'll be like, I've been watching you for years. My bad. Sorry. Do you have a plan? Okay. So Prepper 101's asking, do you have plans to have a solar panel set up?
Okay. I already had a solar panel set up here in my office and it kicked the bucket. So I will have to take it back and find out what the heck happened and maybe go with a different brand. So yes, I'm looking into solar, but I want that freeze dryer first before anything.
I hear you. Definitely. Someone's asking, Southern Clump, the food would have already smelled before you cooked it if it has botulism. And you cannot, if I'm not mistaken, you cannot cook botulism out of food. And Tron said dogs won't eat contaminated food with botulism. Alaska
That's
for me
good to
too.
know.
Yeah, it is good to know. I didn't know that.
Feed it to the dog, and if they don't eat it, then you know you're good. Or just do it the proper way.
If the lid is loose, Deborah says if the lid is loose, glass doesn't swell. And then I guess it'll smell, no? For example, talking about food, bad food, if at that. Today I went, food shopping for some burger meat just to make burgers today. And I should have fucking known better. I knew I automatically I didn't see it when I bought it home. When I got it home and I took the chopped meat out of the bag, the package was bulging. And I already knew. I was like, fuck. So I said, all right, I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it open and it smelled, and I was like, shit. And then so I went back to the store, took it back. But I've noticed lately we've been getting shitty grades of meat and produce, at least here in New York. I know other people are saying that they're not seeing that, but we've definitely been seeing that here in New York.
Probably sitting too long on the trucks or whatever too, right?
Well, to be fair, the expiration date, which again I didn't check because I took it for granted, the expiration date was the 12th. It was a week ago. So when I looked at it, I was like, motherfucker, but whatever. I took it back, and then that was that. So what is the best hand pump for ground water well? Kelly 61 is asking.
Yeah, we got like a cast iron one at the local hardware place, and then we just went in and asked them what do we need? Like for like all the parts. So just go to your local hardware place and they'll be able to hook you up with everything that you need for the depth and stuff too. Because you're going to have to, some people have to go like 100 feet down for water. Here I'm like, I think we're like 18 feet down for water.
18?
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
William Ashley, he's a very smart dude. So I take what he says, the truth. Most bacterial toxins cannot be cooked out unless they can be neutralized by heat. It comes from whatever the fuck that is, and sometimes whatever the fuck that is. All right. Well, I'm not going to play myself and pronounce it. But pretty good. Really good. And there was one more question here. Yeah, we got some time. I think. Yeah, whatever. Fuck, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shit, I just saw another question. I think it was from Rip Curl.
Rip Curl, Northern Girl Hobbies. What is your big goal project for this summer, spring, fall? More gardens, more vegetables, and then I'm going to be doing air layering, which is a really, really fast way to reproduce your fruit trees. So you get the air layering balls right off Amazon, and you're just going to basically shave off, like let's say you have an apple tree, and you're going to stick that, shave the bark off, put some soil into your root ball, and then clamp it around your branch, and then give it a month or two, and then you open up the ball and it's full of roots, and then you can snip that off, and there you go, you have a tree. So you can save a heck of a lot of money because fruit trees are expensive. So that will be a big project for the spring, summer. We are also looking at building a small sauna for outside here. So a sauna, like you can cleanse yourself in a sauna. It's good for your airway and all of your pores and all of that stuff. So if we can build one of those, but we first have to take the tree out in our very back of our property. And that'll have to come out first to make some room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very good. Grow your own bud. All right. And Corey Lynn, yes, I am doing the Angry Truth tonight, but we run a little late. It's not a big fucking deal. I think most of you people are here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's I think I got 5 minutes, right? Or is it now?
10 minutes. You're 10 after 10.
It's probably now. All right. So anyway, that being said, guys, I think tonight was tonight was a good night. Definitely had fun. Ran over the time, so you know that we were having a good conversation. At least I was having a good conversation on my end. Again, this is a good guest to have on anybody's show, like a lot of my guests, but I think she has a lot of knowledge, and she's also very comfortable with saying she doesn't know. A lot of people out there who are not comfortable with that. They're like, well, I think, and they'll come up with some mumbo fucking jumbo. So again, a great channel to subscribe to. Again, if you're looking to relax after a stressful day of all the bullshit you're hearing, you turn her channel on and you just let it play. And you listen to what she's saying, and you listen to that background music. All right, guys? Again, it's like Bob Ross. Who really watches Bob Ross for painting? They listen to a soothing voice and brush. With her, it's good information and the music in the background.
Yeah, so, I mix it up on the channel, so it's different. And then I started the pug channel too, because North Shore Preparedness was saying, start the pug channel. I finally started the pug channel. So yes, I think I put it to my community page if people want to go and look at cute puppies.
Okay.
And then I also have my Avon channel too. So yeah, I appreciate it. This has been fun.
Yes, it has. Very fun. So listen, guys, other than that, I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel. That's not going to be too long. I forgot what the subject was. I was busy all day today. I just wrote some shit down and was like, here, fucking entertain that. So when I click on there, it'll jump to me. But other than that, guys, subscribe to Northern Girl Hobbies channel, please. You won't regret it. Other than that, I will see you guys, I think, Thursday night, because Friday night I'll be heading out to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Bug Out Weekend.
Awesome.
Right, guys?
Have a great time. Okay, I guess I'm going to mod for you over on Angry Truth.
Very good. Don't click out yet. Don't turn off yet.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.